Hello. Do it in
Hello.
public with Yucheng is live. Hello,
Awesome.
Yucheng.
How's it
So,
going? Yeah.
how are you doing?
Doing pretty well. Pretty well. Yeah.
Do it in public. You have nothing to hide. Start using the internet. Join the ride.
Actually,
How's
I
the
try
day?
to.
What
Yeah.
is time for you?
It's 6:05 right now.
Great.
They're a long story. So for me, waking up in the morning, it's so common because I've been working with a lot of my friends or some remote team that actually a lot of them from Europe, from Poland. Um,
Mhm.
I'm very familiar with time zone gap. So for me,
Got it.
waking up in the morning like 6 is kind of common. Sometimes late night meetings, very common.
Mhm.
I'm trying to make it as less as possible. It's not super sustainable. So last year, I believe I can do it. I can overcome it. I can be hardworking, like waking up early in the morning, have late night meetings. Turns out after like almost half year, I think I'm already ready trying to do my best. But after 1 year, after half year, I think
Mhm.
okay, be realistic, Yuchen, be realistic. So you have people, you're still human. Like
Cool, cool.
don't squeeze yourself too much. So that's when I think this happened sometime last year, and that's the moment I realized um, I'm not a robot, not Terminator. I need some slack time. Not okay, not just because my health or I need some time to rest. Actually, it's quite important to think more creatively. Because if you are squeezing yourself too hard and trying to like squeeze every single minute of every your waking time, all your waking time, I literally noticed that the problem is it's hurting my creativity. I cannot think
Mhm.
creatively. I cannot think broadly. Like my focus is kind of like I have got some tunnel vision and too narrow focus. It, it's bad. Yeah, I shouldn't do that. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting start, and I see already a lot of topics to discuss here. Cool. By the way, I'm too lazy, so I usually wake up when I feel to. So it's usually 9, 10, sometimes even 11 a.m. But it's also a cost because I live in Poland and we're working a lot with the United States, so we need to stay late. So that's so I also
Yeah.
the day shifted. But
Yeah.
I don't have the discipline in terms of like day. But it also because I'm single, I don't have family, so I think that's also the reason that I can do this. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, so just a quick context for those who will watch this video. So Yucheng, me and Yucheng, we met through Twitter. So we just started tweeting to each other, I don't know, like 2 months ago or something. Then we scheduled a call with Yucheng. So he told me a bit of his story. And he's also using my product Momentum. Hope he's still
Yeah.
using. So
I
he
am. I'm planning to keep using it. Yeah.
Cool, cool. Yeah, so
Mhm.
he's one of the biggest users on the platform actually. So, and he's building cool stuff for indie hackers, or at least planning to. So I think we have a lot to discuss. But let's start probably from your like backstory, how did you get in startups? Probably something about your personality or like some facts
Mhm.
about your hobbies. How did you get to this like indie hacking? What's your goals and stuff like that?
Yeah. So there are a lot of things to cover. Okay.
Yeah,
Some
can go
background
with the
stories
flow.
about me. Yeah. I'm right now in Boston, so I do have a full time job. So my full time job is called machine learning engineer, senior machine learning engineer. I've been working in this like industry, like other machine learning software for a couple of years. And if you ask me like when did I start doing startup or founding or doing something, basically trying out all kinds of things looks fun and trying to push the limit, exploring all kinds of possibilities. It has been always like that. So
Mm.
um, I think for people who like to do startup things, at least in my life, all the friends I've met, it's not like since which day they start doing this. It's more like they are always this kind of person. You won't get surprised to know they are doing this. just okay in the beginning they might have to do some full-time job, to live a life, but they just never stop trying out new things as a side project. So I think this is the same for me. Yeah, and I've a couple of previous experience with startups, like for example, Artflow. This is in the recent couple of months. I'm not super into that, mostly because time limitation, capacity, some real challenges on timing and capacity. So I've been a little bit low profile on that, low key on that. But last year, I've been working very closely with Artflow, and Artflow is an AIGC startup focusing on building. And we have founded this startup really early. It's even before DALI 2. And so last 2022 is like very interesting year to me and to the entire Artflow team, because all of a sudden all these new AIGC technologies popping up, and it's keep leveling down the ground. So for example, this is the topic I like to chat with you as well. So because I've been put a lot of thought on this, basically how to build moat, right? How to build. So if you are building something, regardless whether it's as a startup, as a company, or as an individual, what if all your products or technologies, you have all the things you have been building, you think you have your moat, but turns out all the things can be either people can copycat it in like very short amount of time, like 2 weeks, or new technology coming out, just leveling down everything you have built up, right? So cool. For example, we have spent so much time on training models, and then we got stable diffusion, and all of a sudden everyone can do that. Like, you're not special. And it's just keep happening in the last, I would say, couple of quarters, especially since 2022. So it's quite challenging. And cool.
Yeah, I mean, I
talk back to the indie hacker.
And it's cool that like you sent this also James scheme. I think we already like chatted, right? And also like Alexander Isora. So it's cool that like we all noticing like the same things. Like you said, it's technology. I also think it's like COVID also a lot affected it, because people just realized they can be working like from home, and they don't need to go to office, and a lot of new technology appeared to work like from home. So it's also changed the process and optimized them, actually, not like make them worse, make them better. And then AI and right, and also financial crisis that's happening. I mean, it's still happening, like all the shortage of people in the companies and stuff. So it seems that things are changing, and we can discuss it.
Yeah, sure. And talk back to the indie hacker journey. I noticed this. I saw this like sometime basically early this year, and it just resonates with me so much, because I think previously I read some books about so-called super individual, which is basically with the enablement of AI, some individual can be almost as in this era, some people might be as powerful. I won't say like powerful as the physical hard power, but like soft power and influence and technology. They can be as powerful as traditionally speaking a company can do.
I love it.
Yeah. So, and okay, taking this to extreme, this is some thought experiment. That's why I'm so into this area. So let's do a thought experiment, right? So historically speaking, to make a company or any org $1 billion or unicorn company, you need a lot of employees to achieve that. We're talking about like maybe 500, even more, just to achieve that benchmark, like unicorn, $1 billion. The number of employees or number of founders and the size of the team is gonna be smaller and smaller if we want to reach that $1 billion unicorn level. So if we are taking this trend for maybe next decade, by the way, I think it's gonna be a long trend. It's not just 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. It's gonna be maybe this trend will last for the rest of most people's life. If this trend keep going on, is it possible that we're gonna see like one man unicorn, right? So there will be one person, and with all the new technology, maybe we cannot even imagine nowadays with the enablement of AI, all those bots. So these people alone will own a unicorn company. And of course, there will be some outsourcing, but basically it's like a one man army, one man company, and one man unicorn.
Yeah, I think that's where it's going. Um, I would say that you don't need $1 billion company, so it's also like a good point. So you don't need $1 million company. Like probably you just need something like to live sustainable life and create something cool. So it's also like why do you need $1 billion company? But if
Yeah,
like a sort of experiment, I think so. Yeah, so the only thing that scares like investors or like companies that it's a bust factor of one, right? So if you
it's
so
scary. Yeah, yeah,
I think the only way for this company to exist is to really not depend on this person. So it's basically like Matrix, like the fully automated business that if like a person dies, it still continue working. So that's the only way
yeah.
cost billion.
Yeah, it's more or less like thought experiments.
But
I do agree. Like, if as an individual, most people don't really need $1 billion. That's because even right now, for those $1 billion unicorns, there are a lot of stakeholders, right? So maybe even for the founder, their equity has been diluted a lot of times.
yeah,
So, and as a one person team, your interest, your stake won't get diluted at all. So you can basically achieve the same level of, I would say, influence and life, a high standard life, much earlier. But for me, I'm more concerned. I'm more thinking about, okay, where the ceiling is. So as an indie hacker or as an entrepreneur, where the high bar, the ceiling, or at least the theoretical ceiling is. Whether
mhm.
we want to achieve it is another thing, but which level we can possibly achieve, that's another.
Interesting. And I was never thinking about like this question just because like we have proofs that you one person can already run like $3 million business like a year. It's like huge money like for like anyone. So that was like the proof for me that one person can do like anything basically. So they can build anything. So that's why I wasn't thinking like what is the like the biggest possibility. But it's interesting.
Yeah,
And I can explain what's going on in Nana because it's something about all this stuff.
yeah,
So
I'm very into that too. Actually, I've been talking with some not VC, but they help building investment community or
mhm,
investment club.
right.
So I do have some thoughts about if we have some kind of investment club or community that is basically indie hackers, or at least successful indie hackers, investing new indie hackers, right?
Yes.
You know. So it's like a kind of ecosystem. It could be very interesting to see. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And why? So what we figure out with Nana and what is like revolutionary about it? Um, just for you to understand. So we were thinking like, okay, how do we like make money from Nana because we need to make it sustainable, grow, and so on.
Yeah.
And so the typical way for any community is to charge money to basically just give you an access to a closed Slack channel.
Yeah.
So basically, they give you a closed Slack channel or some closed resources with a closed content.
Mhm.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Can you?
so that's basically so they're charging people for staying in this private Slack with the private content in private conversations. But we felt that it's wrong. Like we don't want to keep it private because if we go to Slack again, I was writing during like our Nano challenge in Slack every day, but the content there it was good. And I reposted it to Twitter, but not all. So I just wasted time to reposting this and write in two places. So we thought, okay, how do we make it so it's not closed? Like so, even when they join for paid, it's still like open, so there is no any like private resources. And what we're trying to do, we try basically use the whole Twitter, at the moment Twitter, but later the whole internet, as a platform for people, like without even like the need for technology, like with a process. And by the way, it's related to a question about how to live through technology changes, like AI and all this stuff. So basically, we don't even need technology, but we have it momentum, and it will be huge. But we don't even need it. So we only need to say, okay, if you join, you pay us money. But what you need to do is just you committing to work hard. You committing that you tweeting every day, not to tweet every day and not to grow on Twitter, but just for everyone to monitor how you moving, so they can help, so they can understand what kind of person you are, so that we can see if you're growing like as a person too, as a product, and so on. And we will monitor you, and if you like follow all these principles and we see that you put in the work and you can get like first results yourself, then we will only accept. So even if you pay, won't accept you if you're not putting the work. So we want people to charge people money from people, but basically do nothing for them rather than like accepting them, guiding them, helping. Of course, we will make some designs. So, for example, we'll discuss with someone, okay, what do you build in? And they will say like a QR code generation, but I don't know how. I don't have a landing. And we'll say, okay, let's launch your landing. I will help with a copy. We'll say how to distribute it. We'll say how to get first users, and basically we'll give them a tasks to work on, and they will commit in public that I taken these tasks to work on. So basically, it's like you paying for the gym, so you work hard there with a trainer. So it's something like that, but all in public. So the internet, it won't allow us to do bad job. It won't allow us to be jerks, like, because we'll need to resolve conflicts. I will need to explain things, and all the people around us too. Like, it won't allow to say the wrong numbers, because we'll say show you analytics in public or something like that. So the revolution here is that we try testing it on top of Twitter, like, and we won't really let like anyone in. I think it will be like 10% or even 1%, like following this like internet rule.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, my question is, oh, by the way, I really like all the mindset. I've been building Git AI, GitCure.ai. I'm still looking for the day that I can kind of make it a sustainable business. Yeah, right now it has a lot of waiting list, but paid user.
Can you tell, by the way, like how fast did you get, and followers also, and wait list, like what's your speed?
So yeah, basically I get everything in 1 week. The speed is crazy, but also one factor I have to admit, one factor is like 2 weeks ago, this thing went viral. It went viral like 2 weeks ago. So I really took the trend, because I guess I'm one of the earliest ones. So I literally got like 600-ish people joining the waiting list literally in 1 week. My followers grows almost 400, leveraging the same platform momentum, right? Because I keep posting on momentum landing page. You can see all the updates there. And my Twitter follower has also grown almost 400 in very short amount of time. Like, it's quite mind-blowing. And that's when I started this journey, I haven't even written one line of code. This is very I won't say anti-pattern, but it's anti my intuition.
It's liberating, right?
Yeah, it's like anti my intuition as a senior software engineer. Because if in full-time job, especially in a bigger company, you're just not allowed to do that, right? You cannot say you're doing this without talking to anyone, and even without even do any proof of concept. So what if you fucked up, right? So a lot of what ifs you need to think about inside a bigger corporation, which is understandable, because you need to be responsible for a lot of people, a lot of teams, your manager, your people, your manager, your employees. But as an indie hacker, this is like you literally do validation with the market. You can do whatever you want, of course. It's not guaranteed to be successful, of course, as well. but you can get early validation. You can do like bold things very early without thinking too much about what ifs, and that will unleash a lot of new possibilities. Not just possibilities about the technology, but possibilities as you as a person. So yeah, that's why I just love all these mindsets and all the cool tools
Oh
we are
yeah,
building.
and I can really like explain with math like what's happening. So yeah, like even if you're like cool like engineer and you're fast, like probably you'll build something like in a week, like something tangible, like a good project, let's say. So but with a landing page, like you can build it like really in seconds, like you saw. Or even I'm now thinking that probably even landing page is obsolete. We can just like tweet a Stripe link, like if you want. And I've tried it with
Yeah,
Nana and it worked, and like people do it.
yeah.
So it's pretty cool. And when you're thinking about it, okay, I spent like 7 days previously, and I saw like 0 users. So I wasted
Mhm.
this amount of hours. And for this project, I spent 1 hour. So I am like 100 times faster now. So it's like crazy. And when you realize that I 100 times faster, it's not that. It's cool that you can move fast with one project. It means that you can launch 100 projects. So that's like
Yeah.
kind of the thinking that I discovered. And when you see this, like you change like everything, like how you resolve things. Instead of thinking, you just launch. Instead of thinking, you just
Yeah,
launch, because you understand that 99% launches will be garbage, but
yeah,
1%.
exactly. That's like you're making yourself as a VC, or you're owning a portfolio. Because previously,
Okay,
there
cool.
one reason why we need VC money is because we cannot do a lot of things all at the same time, or at least not in a short period of time. So
Right.
VC is kind of handling this risk, is hedging this risk for you, because they are investing hundreds of projects. But right now, one single person maybe could do this in 1 year. Like I can validate 50 projects a year.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
already bigger than most these smaller VC funds. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's why we also like one things in Nana we will deny like all these traditional institutions, and one of them will be VCs. So we will show. You probably already saw tweets like say you obviously that the tech sucks, like and process sucks because they really like they slow, and they still like live in these old ages when they need 1,000 people to, I don't know, put the papers from one place to another.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to spend more time talking about now because that's also one of the topics I'm super interested about. And
Can I tell you
so
one? It's also related to Nana, and I see that you like think in person. So I think you'll appreciate this too, and we'll think about it. So, do you think know this term first principles?
mhm. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, of course.
it's about like for
Mhm.
fundamental like
Yeah,
truths that you should know in order to solve all other things. So I was
yeah,
excited about this, and I'm following Lex Friedman, and I really love him. Do you know
yeah.
Lex Friedman, right?
YouTube, yeah, the one of the most popular YouTuber with a lot of, yeah, he has in basically I've been following his interviews with especially recently with like uh Sam Altman, with
Yeah.
Zuckerberg. Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of recent quite, yeah,
Right,
all
and what
recent
is cool
interviews.
about like him,
Mhm.
he's like really like put his life on a mission. So you can see like this dude is really live his life for something.
Yeah.
Even like with everything that he does, and he really positive. Like he always tries to spread this love and so on. So that's what I love about him. But he's also like had like a lot of skills. And I saw an interview, and someone asked like, "Hey Lex, how did you learn so many skills? Can you tell your secret?" And he said like it's very easy. So that's how you learn guitar. You buy guitar and you playing 1 hour a day for a year every day.
Yeah.
Like you playing for an hour a day for a year, and then the second year you can already play like 30 minutes per day. And now thinking, okay, so it makes a lot of sense. You can't like even argue with that. So that's how work function. So that's like probably was initial starting of thinking, but with Nana, like this like process, like start today, put the work daily, set the goals, live consciously. I think what we discovered here is like first principles, like discipline. something that will like live forever, something that was actual 2000 years ago, with I don't know, like when they were conquering like countries and all this stuff. Discipline was like actual. Now it's actual. It will be actual, and it's something that a lot of people can't do. And that's why I'm not even like understand and deep in AI, but I'm pretty sure that I will live through anything, because like this discipline thing, it will be always like actual. Like, okay, technology will change, something new happen, and I will say, okay, put my framework on this technology.
Yeah, people won't change. People at least won't change for foreseeable future.
Right.
Maybe eventually we're going to upload our mind to the cyber world.
Yeah.
But at least in foreseeable future, humankind, all the bright side, of course, and also limitations will exist for a while. So yeah.
So that's my thing. And also other thing, but it's like more common device. It's of course community. So it's another leverage, like something around the products that you can. So if one product dies, you can just show another product to them, and if they support you, they will basically buy. So
Yeah.
that's,
Also, I also want to comment on like, so discipline or small habit, but keep doing it.
yeah,
These are online, and it's sound not difficult. So it sounds easy, but it's actually extra hard. Like,
it's
because
super hard.
it's
That's true.
super hard. And let's say if you want to keep doing something, keep running like every day. There are a lot of things happen, right? For example, last night you have a very late party. Are you gonna run,
Oh,
or tomorrow you're gonna do something special for some special person? Are you gonna run? You are feeling sick, feeling not well. Are you gonna run? You're eating too much. Are you gonna run? So
that's
yeah,
true.
there are always these kind of things happening in your life that could interrupt your process. And also, that's, I believe, the community or this kind of mechanism will be helpful. It's like trainer, right? It's still not 100% guaranteed, but having a community encourage you, I
Oh,
felt
definitely.
that the last
Yeah.
couple of weeks. It's great. It's way better than one person fighting alone. I've heard a saying one person might run faster, but a group of people can run longer
Oh
further,
yeah.
right? So
Very
yeah.
smart about. And you know what? I'm so most of my guests like here was like people community builders, people with strong engagement, fast growth on Twitter and other places, and everyone, including me. So that's our core idea also in Nano. That's what we're building. That like really like everyone who builds community, they understand how important to have community around them, because they like suffer through this daily, and they understand that in the morning you feel like the most confident person on the planet. In the evening you think you suck, like you should stop. And in this moment, like these people come and like really like push you forward. And I feel it, like I feel it a lot. And like we announced like this change in Parlact, and like the whole chapter was like now we need support, so we will support a lot of people who support us, and we won't like communicate or like we will avoid people who not support us, because it's also very important. Like we want proof like that you should join, just like if you don't feel, just observe yet, something like that. So the energy, and it's very important.
So yeah, I just want to kind of connect it with my initial thoughts. So I
Yeah.
was talking about last year, I kind of experienced some really burnout time. So yeah, it's right now I feel like if surrounded by community and basically having the same group of people doing similar things, but not a lot of pressure, but people will acknowledge you, people will cheer your success. And sometimes you don't need to push yourself so hard to meet some so-called commitment,
Mhm.
because eventually we share the same vision. We don't need to close any deal like within 2 weeks. It's not about short-term gains. It's
Oh, yeah.
like some kind of long-term. I no longer feel that those kind of burnout, because I feel right now I feel more relaxed. Last year, if I'm fighting more or less alone, I don't know where to stop. I don't know where to end. I don't know who should I celebrate with. And although I think this is kind of common. Surprisingly, it's kind of common problem, especially for some engineers or IC, so-called individual contributor. So they, including me, believed that we are so talented, we're so strong, we're so powerful. We can handle this alone. We can do it alone. We don't need a team. We can do it alone. So the thing is, yes, you can do the things maybe alone, but you shouldn't. You really shouldn't fight alone. Yeah, it's a never-ending journey. Yeah, you really shouldn't fight or walk this journey alone. You should have a friends community with you. Yeah.
Man, yeah, your words, like you won me. Like your words resonate so much with me, and that's exactly what I lived through. And that's what's exactly what I value now. So it seems like we experienced something similar. So it's truth, and yeah, it's pretty funny. Like that's pretty funny. What's happening? What I want to say. Okay, so
Yeah.
how much time do we have? Like, is it like 5 minutes more?
Yeah, yeah, and also I think I still want to dig a little bit deeper on this nanofund thing, nanofund idea and nanofund the vision of the
Sure.
future, especially the business model of
Okay.
nanofund. Yeah, so to make it more, so for example, if I'm investor, if I want to join nanofund as an investor, I need to know what I'm gonna expect from it, right?
Right.
So how this project is going to be sustainable. You mentioned about having someone joining as a one common way is, which is a lot. It's done by a lot of communities. Well, relatively speaking, closed communities. I
Mhm.
pay membership, right? I get
Yeah.
access to resources. This is one way. Uh, what else? Is there any other common patterns? Like, for example, can we, you know, is there any like training process? Just like you mentioned a lot about trainer trainee
Yeah.
analogy. So yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
so our goal is like community runners, but later it will be a really community. So I don't want to be like there one day. So that's
Mm,
what we discussed. And so, but no, for now it's like we mostly Power Like team, right? But the goal of us of the community and the brand. So Nana should be like growth community. If you join Nana, there shouldn't be even a chance that you won't grow. Like, so
mm,
it's like guarantee way to grow, but to do this we need to filter a lot of people, and basically we need to uh, accept those who already grows. But
mm,
we also like teaching for free. It's for free in public, like how, and we'll do it more and more structured way, how to get to this point when you like grew. And it's very simple. So just to be not abstract, so we'll say again, like launch a landing page today, include a Stripe payment link, but don't tweet like buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. Or, for example, if you're selling QR codes, then
mm,
I mean machine learning QR codes, then you need to post daily nice QR codes so people see them and somewhere they see the link to like buy it. That's way you're not like selling. That's where you're going. You don't need us for that. You can like communicate with community, with everyone, so anyone can help you. But once we see someone like you just joined and you grew in crazy fast, and we see it, for sure we will like we will try to like uh, actually we won't try. So the way how I want it to be, I want you to want so hard to pay this money, but I won't deny you, I mean you, abstract you, because
mm,
that's the only way to make it sustainable, because it shouldn't be a place where we get slackers, like lazy people who say, hey, now build me a product and make me famous and make me a millionaire. No, no, dude, you join like the team of builders. Everyone builds here, so like you can see how they build. You can see how you can get all these users from what channels. Now, like go and talk to Chen and probably like sign a deal with him or like build a team. So basically, like in a closed community again, but all communication public. So that's the way how we can also involve people who are not joined, like who are not paying, like if they students, I don't know, but they don't have money, they can just communicate and be there, but someone can pay, so we will like watch them more closer and like build designs and like professional stuff. So that's the idea. And as for investments, and as for any future, so what we also with so we don't have answers and we never have them. So it's our brand. But we have a process to solve any issue. So as for investors, so here's our idea. Once we need it, we'll do the same. Like we search for investors, we will accept only 1% of investors. You need to tweet every day, like show your portfolio, show how you helped your startups, show testimonials how founders talk about you. Are you a jerk or not? And we will someone like these arrogant investors, they will say, what the bullshit, I want to join, and we'll just publicly show his profile and we'll show something like bad about them. I
Like
mean, if
this,
someone
yeah.
attacks us, we'll do this for like show, because it's not possible not to do this when we are like all in public. Like we need to be like this picky. So we'll say we accept investors, but we don't know what you're paying for. Let's discuss once you like. Let's collect 10 people who like will go through this process, who are really great people. Let's just then join on the call and discuss how much you can invest and how we distribute this money, and that's it. So we have basically we want to build everything with community. Like we don't want to say now we want to invest and we will take all percentage. No, we'll discuss with everyone. So we are on the market. Like we are always in the market. We don't doing bad things, and we just basically trying to come up with the best offer possible at the every time. And I think it's already proven to work, and the only thing we need is to focus and start doing it.
Yeah.
Why, Simon? Because it's validated. Because with a very low effort, I got like 3 people who put their credit cards. It's already validated, and I know I can get 100. I know how it works already. It's the first one is from the investor side. We also have soft committed at least from 5 people, even in public, who will join for sure. So we can already, and we are nano. Like we are not thinking about billions. If we collect $5,000, we will make the fun use of it. So that's our power.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So right now, I have to admit, right now the scale is still very small.
Yeah,
So there
it's
are a
not
lot of
even
active.
launch. So that's
Yeah.
like we talk about vision and preparing, but yeah, it's very very early steps. Yeah.
Yeah, I think as VC, oh, sorry, not VC. Let's forget about. Okay, let's not say traditional VC, just any potential investors, right? So, as an investor, maybe they will care. They will ask, okay, where do you think the actually these are the types of questions I think asked again and again by different investors. So, where is your upper bound, right? So they want to see your market. What's the size of the market, basically, and what's the potential goal, your dominance in these potential market. So I
Do you mean
don't
for
know
Nana?
from NanoFound.
For Nana?
Yeah,
So it's basically, yeah, it's a stupid question, but I mean a stupid answer. But now I'm pretty confident in it. So in this case, it's really like the whole world, because we are talking about internet, and we are starting from Twitter. But it just because Twitter is very cool for communication and stuff. But of course, you can do the same framework on Instagram, to TikTok, any other social media, even like in your Notion. You can not create one big dog, you can create 10 little dogs and validate them. So that's why I think the market is really the it's and interesting. So I think it's more like type of indie hacker people. So someone who is ready to, who already kind of know about this and ready to join, like you or James Kim. But my bet is that that's the future. So, and on the website we say build startups as it's already the 2030, and it was
yeah,
like just for fun in the beginning, but I think that's the vision. So it's really like in 2030, I think indie hacking will be very common. So it's like, and we can call it creators. So it's already very common. So we are not discovering new things. So if you're a creator
yeah,
on YouTube, you will be also in Nano, because other founders can benefit from you, and you can benefit from founders. So it's also
yeah. Yeah, I think we still have a lot of topics we just didn't have time to cover. So, for example, let's say, for example, if we are targeting an indie hacker community, I think there is a big chance, a big gap here, which is how to bridge gap for like some people, some indie makers or indie builders who work towards this direction, but
Mhm.
kind of stuck in the 9 to 5 day-to-day work.
Oh,
So they need some momentum. I think it's kind of resonate with your with the product name pretty well, like momentum. So
yeah.
they
So
need to
happy with
spin, they need to keep spinning and achieve some velocity, like escape velocity, to do that thing that can free their creativity in this community, like free them from this 9 to 5. But from here to there, there's a gap, and I think there's one major mission for Nanofound or for Momentum, which is helping them to bridge this gap. Could be small, could be big, depends on different people's financial status, but there's a gap for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it's interesting. Yes, again, so you're very deep into this, and that's what I'll actually do. And did you see like this like rapping video with me? I can explain like or not. Like the coaches approach you, they wanted to coach you.
Uh-huh.
Did
I've
you
seen
see?
that. Sorry, I didn't take. Yeah,
Yeah, no
please
problem. But
explain.
I explain. So for like now for Twitter, it just looks like probably like I'm having fun, and but it's all conscious. So I recorded like a rapping video like with a nice beat, like my friend did it. Like I'm sitting, and the lyrics are the coaches approach you. They wanted to coach you. You ask what you've built, coach, and the coach goes away. So that's so it's like we will manifest against many things. So it's like first thing like coaches, because I was like wasted money on them like last month, and I want to fight back because of this. So it's one thing like coaches that produce nothing other than like empowering like some weird stuff. Other thing is
Yeah.
like Twitter courses that charge like $500 for nothing, for educating bad things, like tweet one day, tweet once a day, like good advice, dude. Like another thing, like yeah, it's companies that we're saying that traditional companies are outdated, like contracts are outdated. You basically like sell your time for money, and it's like it's even sounds like bad, right? But what it means, it means that really bright creative people who produce 10x results, they can't like say, get 10x monetary rewards. So we're saying like and we will do this. So I'll record like this rapping video, like for here is for the guys from companies, like I'm telling you, like they abuse you, you need to lose like leave your company, but not only like right kind of things. I will tell you, here's how the world is changing, here is how people are transitioning to hacking, here is why like companies fire people because like this situation. So you're right, I'll kind of like educate and I won't even say like join Nana. I will say like leave your 9 to 5 because something bad can happen, or at least consider it, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think most 9 to 5 jobs. I have to admit, there are a lot of creative companies that you might even work over hours just to maximize all the potential possibilities, right? So we have those types of companies. Not gonna say 100%, but again, highly likely for the 9 to 5 job, it's gonna be eventually you're gonna lose your full potential. I mean, as an individual, you're gonna lose your full potential, right? You're losing your creativity. So free yourself, basically. Yeah. So I think that's the vision I have. I share
Nice.
with you. Yeah.
And also like see it like we will not again insist like leave your job, like join Nana. What we'll show them, we show like here's Yucheng, he launched his product like and give him like this like MRR. Now he is doing nothing and he has this passive income. So they in one day I can do this too, like something like that. So we'll show actual results other than like talking about it.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about this from both like micro and macro perspective. So as an individual, you're freeing your own possibilities, creativities, and you're into a community that you are more willing to learn, to grow, to try and fail and try again. So this is good for personal growth. Even from the society perspective, right? This entire society will be more creative, more diversified, with more ideas popping up if we have more people like these. So it's a win-win situation both for individuals and the community or the society. So that's how I think about this this vision
Sure,
or mission
sure.
for us.
Yeah, we'll need you. We'll need you for for the ride, Yucheng. One thing. So I really enjoyed this conversation because it's first time when we kind of like discuss philosophical topics, and I'm really into it, and that's something that is important for us. And I'm thinking that I'll probably try to organize something with you and James. So we like, or probably someone else. So like three of us probably like debate about something or discuss some like really visionary topics, because I think it's can be very
I
interesting.
love
I don't see it happening in Twitter, so I think it's interesting stuff.
yeah, I would love these kind of conversations because I personally love thinking about thinking things in a deeper level, like philosophical, even more abstract level. Yeah, because they are more fundamental. They are more, because we were talking about people. You want to do something that don't change, because don't chase things that keep constantly changing. You do things that don't change, right?
Yeah.
So those fundamental philosophical things are things that don't change.
Right.
At least don't change so fast. So yeah, I just love the conversations. Looking
Nice,
forward to
nice.
that.
Okay, last question. What do you want to say to building public community? Tweet size.
I would say be brave and take leap of faith. Yeah, you won't believe your full potential, how big they are. Yeah,
Just try and do, right?
just try. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's very decent advice. Okay, thank you, Chang.
Do it in public. You have nothing to hide. Start using the internet. Join the ride.